Brendan Tevlin was a 19-year-old college student driving home to Livingston. When he was in West Orange on the way home at a stoplight, he was shot by a man, Ali Muhammad Brown, 10 times. Essex County authorities, they thought this was a robbery that turned violent, but Brown has just told investigators that the murder was in fact an act of retribution for the United States military action in the Middle East. Brown has said that lives are taken every day by America and that he considers this, quote, life for a life and, quote, a just kill. There are two other suspects in Tevlin's murder. They will be in court on Wednesday. Brown has also confessed to 3 other murders. Now we have Bob Strang here. He is a global security expert to give us his thoughts on this recent, confession about the intention of why he shot and killed this 19-year-old boy.
This is the same kind of thing that we see, unfortunately, around the world. We just saw it with James Foley. This is exactly the same thing. There are so many people that, not because of anything that they did, not because of what they do for a living, it's just because they're American.
What you're saying, if you're comparing Brendan Tevlin to the Foley beheading at the hands of these radical Islamists, are you saying that we've got a jihadist in New Jersey, or could this just be a murderer trying to put himself at a higher level as if it was a bigger cause than just killing this kid?
Well, we don't have the evidence yet. What we can see, this is a random shooting. We know that there are 2 others in Washington State. So when you take a look at the evidence, when you take a look at the confession, it makes sense.
Sabeel, you were the first one to cover this for us. What did you find?
Through my investigation, I found out that police allegedly believe that Ali Muhammad Brown was a jihadist. Even back in April, police believe that he went through jihadist training somewhere in California. Then when he was found and arrested, they found a notebook that allegedly had jihadist writing in which he was saying to hide among the rich. And also, there was another bank fraud case that happened in Washington State where the FBI couldn't find proof, but they believed that he had committed that bank fraud so he could funnel money overseas to terrorists.
And this is a man who is a registered sex offender. This is a man who has, he committed robbery, as you said, allegedly. This is a man who killed, allegedly, other Muslims. And if you're sitting back and looking at all of this, there's a lot of things that point to the fact that he's just nuts and a criminal and not necessarily someone who's acting on behalf of anything.
The jihadist is a more modern term, and the fact that that term is being used by people in the name of killing Americans has got people very unsettled. So I think that it's time for a lot of peace-loving folks that are in these other countries to stand up and say, look, this is not about being a Muslim, but this is clearly about attacking Americans, about attacking an American way of life, and it's happening.